Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nocturnal Gaming Network. My name is Xeriua, and today we are once again playing a Spaceflight Simulator. So, let's talk about what we're going to do today. So, the last time we were together, we sort of went and added this great, big, ridiculous module with like one of the biggest rockets we've ever, well, not biggest, but heaviest rockets we've ever launched. And it's added, it's full of fuel, it's full of cargo, and now we just need to go through and do something to put some sort of landing area, or not landing, but a docking area over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to build, and we are going to create a long hallway. That way, whatever we do with the docking ports, we will be well out of the way of the actual solar panels here. So this is going to be a fairly nice and easy build here. We're going to start by going to utility. We're going to grab one of these because we need that, and we need a couple of the what are they, 6 ports? No, they're four space docking ports. And we're going to put one of them right here. That's probably far enough from the top. Let's actually just go to the fairings real quick, and let's make sure that we're not too far away here. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, there we go. That's what we need, and basically this one's just going to be a hallway, so we're going to use 5, not that one, 5 of these 20-ton fuel tanks. And that will give us a nice long path here. Now the other thing I'm going to do is to help rotate the station, because the bigger the station gets, the harder it's going to be to rotate, and it's also going to change the center of gravity a little bit. So we don't want to change the center of gravity too much that it has a hard time rotating around and moving. So we're actually going to add some more RCS thrusters to this thing, and then we can put our bottom docking port. Let's actually duplicate it. There we go. And put the connector. There we are. We're going to put one more 20-ton fuel tank, and then we will put a couple more RCS thrusters on this thing. And this should be basically the completed payload. Let's go back and continue with our fairings. Alright. Fairings are nice and simple on this one. There's no weird things sticking out. We can just sort of put this 6-block fairing down the entire length of it. There we are. Uh-oh. Doesn't quite work out right, but close enough to me. Now, we'll have a little space here. Next, we are going to go through and add this, which is basically just a second stage here before the final stage. And now we've got a big and heavy lift stage. And we're going to use the 3 rocket module that I used in the past that I like. And we're going to have to add some boosters to it because this one's actually quite heavy. We only have a 1.13 thrust to weight ratio on this thing. So because of that, we are going to have to add some extra boosters. So we're going to go back to our basic. We're going to put let's put the separators right here in the middle because I like things balanced. And we're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We need 2 of these, and then we need to go to our big parts. And what we're going to do is put a couple of Titan engines here. And this is going to massively bump up our thrust to weight ratio here. Bam. Just like this. Alright, so now we have a 2.06 thrust to weight ratio. which that should be more than enough to get this gargantuan beast into space here. Again, it's not really that heavy and it's not really that long and whatnot, but we just want to make sure that we don't have any issues here. So let's zoom out and get our thumbnail picture a little bit more. Right about there. That looks good. Look at this thing. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know why I find that so funny, calling a rocket beautiful. But anyway, we're ready to go. And we're going to light all 5 of these main engines. Here we go. 100% thrust. Where's the station? The station's right there. Set it as our target. I wonder if we'll be able to catch up with this thing. We might if we do a nice low trajectory, but probably not. We're probably going to have to go around a couple times. We're ready to go. Launch. There it is. I don't know why I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything at all. That's actually kind of weird. I hope it's recording the internal audio. Yes, it looks like it is. Interesting. Why would you do this to me? Why? My audio was just playing. Anyway, so we're going to do a nice high arc in this, using our boosters to primarily raise our apoapsis most of the way out of the atmosphere. We're going to go and lower, probably about, still losing speed, lower to right about there. Alright, then we can knock off those. Alright, so now we can go back to full speed here. Or full throttle, excuse me. I'm not using the proper terms here. And then we're just gonna keep going here. Keep going with our nice gravity turn. This one's a fairly high gravity turn. We can actually lower our angle here to add more thrust to the horizontal than to the vertical, because we don't really need it anymore. Alright, so there we are. We passed the Kármán line. Alright. So we are we going full speed? We have all of our stuff going? Yes, we do. I'm actually going to stop this thing for just a second so I can pop the fairing. There we go. And off we go again. So we are going to be most of the way circularized by the time we actually get done with this stage. Not quite all the way, but close enough. So there we are, out of fuel. Turn the new engine on, and we can finish circularizing. I believe this engine right here will just barely have enough fuel to circularize ourselves. So I think we're going to have a teeny tiny bit left over that we're going to dump. But it all depends on how perfect we were with the launch. If we weren't quite perfect, we're going to have a little extra fuel. Or if we weren't quite perfect, we won't have that extra fuel. But it looks like we were pretty good. So I'm going to slow it down so I can make sure that my periaps stays at about 25. So right about there. We do have a teeny tiny bit of fuel left, but that's okay. I'm going to dump that. I'm going to turn the engine on, and I'm going to boost this thing straight out to intercept with the station. Alright, we are in orbit, and we're just going to have to remember to deorbit that other module. But that's okay. It shouldn't be that hard to do. It should actually be nice and easy to deorbit that. I don't think it's even going to take that much time. Alright, so our approach is not as close as I thought it would be. But we still have a little time here, so... yeah, it's getting closer. I don't think it's going to make it, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to just boost, in this case, since it's a nice, perfect, I nice perfect orbit on the station's part, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try boosting directly to 250. We're gonna see how close we can get this. Right. And then we're gonna rotate around 180 degrees. Right about there. 5 times acceleration. Alright. We're actually gonna be pretty close to that thing. So where are we with this? We're just gonna sort of boost until we're in the atmosphere. We're in the atmosphere. This is going to very, very quickly lower our periaps. And once we hit 0, there's the 0 periaps. We can switch back to this one. So that module is successfully deorbited. Now, once we get to our apoaps at 250 kilometers, what we're going to do is we're going to go to raise our thrust. We're going to start to raise our periaps, and we're going to keep an eye on basically the little thing that indicates how close we are to hitting another target, and we're going to see if we can make it line up perfectly. I don't think we're going to be able to because we are ahead of it right now. So I think if we really wanted to do that correctly, we'd have to raise our apoaps. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my periaps till my apoaps switches, and then I'm going to go slightly out of the orbit here. We want to rotate ourselves too, by the way, because we are gaining with our apoaps right now. Alright, let's go to our apoaps. Alright, boom. Now, while I'm here, we're going to steal a little bit of fuel from this module also. And by a little bit, I mean another full tank. That's the beauty with all of these things technically being fuel tanks that we're using. I can steal a little bit and sort of be a little cheap. But that's not the point. So we're going to just continue making our way. There we are, 250.6 by 251. What I'm going to do now is turn my RCS thrusters on, and we're going to see if we can get the closest approach to be something pretty nice and close. Alright, that's actually pretty good right there. So we'll go around a couple times, and it's going... Ooh, I'm not following this. There we go. We're going to go around a couple times, and that's going to lower our distance between our targets. I'm actually going to lower my apoaps a little bit, so I'm not gaining as much each time. To 250.5 by 251.4. So I'm going to need to go around a few times, but it's going to be a lot easier to actually rendezvous when the time comes. Alright, so here we are. Let's just speed this up. Long-term goals here. There we go. Now, can I see the station? I can see the station. So we will rotate this thing around. Bam. Just like this. And we're going to use our RCS thrusters to do this since we have plenty of thrust and it's very nicely balanced on this one. Alright, so let's see where we are. We need to add a little upward thrust here. Alright, that's actually pretty good right there. Okay, need to go a little bit more up. And backwards too. There we go. We don't want to cancel out all our momentum though. Okay, we need to go up more because it like jumped on me. I don't know why it jumped. So right about here. And go to the left a little bit more so we can actually start moving back towards the station again. Oops. Rubbing on my desk here. Alright, cancel our upward momentum because we're just about there. Cancel some of our side-to-side momentum, slow us down so we don't smash into this thing too hard. I hate how hard it is to actually get a nice view of what's going on. Oop. Come on, we can do it. There it is. Just sort of rotate ourselves into place, and perfect. We had a nice, easy docking. And then we'll put most of the fuel back into this part right here, leaving us with about 5% fuel. There's 4%. There we go. We just want 6%. There we go. 5%, that's good. Now we can successfully hopefully successfully deorbit ourselves. Where is retrograde? Retrograde is here. Right, yes. Retrograde's there. We can start heading in the right direction. Just make sure we're clear of the station. Boom. And there we go. Deorbited. Now, let's switch to the station. Alright, we're gonna once again takes a second here and just fix our orbit. Can we get this perfect? I don't know, we might not be able to from here. We might have to go around. Nope, we got it. 250 by 250. And here we are with our station. Now, next time when we return, we're going to put a hub on the end here. And then we'll be able to actually start adding like a docking area. And that's basically it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. My name's Xeriua, and this is the Nocturnal Gaming Network bringing you Spaceflight Simulator. Have yourselves a wonderful night, everybody.